It's really comfortable. You've seen them over the years. Yeah, the advanced stage.
It'll be open tomorrow, won't it?
It's always important. Sometimes you get an room and
What about the house? That's Christmas fun.
Yeah, but
This is every day.
you didn't get this one of my mail shirts.
You're wearing a purse.
That's all right.
It looks pretty dumb.
Well, it's kind of gay. No.
Your belly sticks out like your
Yes.
I'm not gonna pay you for it.
Why not?
Did you get 2 adults and 2 kids?
No. No, you're all adults here.
4 adults, Dad? There's more than 4 people.
Any shows?
There's 5 people.
5. It's 5 adults.
2 adults. 2 adults.
You missed the best.
2A is the name of the tour. 5.
On the beach. Yeah.
And today it is known as the Hollywood Heritage Museum. What you're really be taking a look at is the beginning of Paramount Pictures. That'll be, this will be a tall steeple right over there. See it right there? That's it right there. That's Rudolph Valentino's old home. Now once at the signal, take a look there on your right-hand side, you'll see a yellow barn-like architectural style building. The back half of the barn is out of there. Once again, this is the Hollywood Heritage Museum. At the Daisy Dale Range. In 1920, they had the very first sunrise service here, and in 1927, they first started to install the seats. This is the home to the Los Angeles Philharmonic from the months of June through September. Then they returned to their new home in downtown Los Angeles, today known as the Walt Disney Concert Hall, and you'll see that a little bit later on. Now take a look directly across the street there. You see a granite stone statue with the waterfall in it. You'll see the Muse of Music on top. See the Muse of Drama right there in front. Over here on your left-hand side to the Hollywood Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going with you. I'm going to explain a lot more about the history of the Hollywood Bowl, some of the problems that it has had in the past, and where it is going in the future. You want to be sure to bring your cameras with you, okay? Okay, so let's meet me on the outside. The other one sitting on top of the green tower. All of those technical applications are operated from the next booth, the next tier up from that booth that you see directly in front of us. That is the house audio booth. Adjacent and to the right of that, you will see the house lighting booth. That operates all the lighting effects that come out of the green towers on either side of you to correspond with the mood of the music that's taking place down on stage. It also operates the fireworks display that I showed you behind the shell. Again, seating capacity, 18,000 seats. Hollywood and the County of Los Angeles spares no expense to make this shell ready for its seasonal performance. We are located right now in the garden seat area. This box holds a capacity of 4 canvas seats. That's what the county brings in. They take care of all of the seating. If they would like to change the capacity of this, all they do is come in with that section and they can make it to whatever capacity they like. Each one comes with a... On the second floor of the Saddle Ranch. This is the largest sports bar on the Sunset Strip. Right there. The Saddle Ranch. Sunset Tower Hotel. Adjacent to the Saddle Ranch, this is the Continental Hyatt House, ladies and gentlemen. Here, cast members of Hair would come down and party with people like Led Zeppelin, Jim Morrison, Bob Dylan, Creedence Clearwater, Iron Butterfly. One night they kicked us all out of there when they found Jim Morrison hanging from the third floor balcony. And when we were coming down there, they used to call that place the Riot House. Why? Because all out in front used to be nothing but hippies and the sheriff's department. Now, adjacent to the Continental Hyatt House, you see the black building here on your right-hand side. During the golden era of Hollywood, 1925 through 1950, all of this, ladies and gentlemen, it has 3 stages in it. One in the back is called the Belly Room. The other one is where you see Comedy Store on the door. And then these 2 plain glass doors that you see here on your right-hand side with Andy Kaufman behind it, who was a very popular comedian during the 60s and the 70s. That's where Oprah Winfrey hangs out when she comes. Now, I don't know how many of you heard of 77 Sunset Strip, the private detective agency owned by Effelin Zimbalist Jr. Eddie Cookie Barnes would come out, comb his hair, and park Effelin Zimbalist Jr.'s car. Well, it was never shot at 77 Sunset Strip. It was always shot at 8524 Sunset Boulevard, which was known as Dino's Lounge. Anybody know who owned Dino's Lounge? Dean Martin. Coming up on your left-hand side, you'll see some red awnings, ladies and gentlemen, right over here on your left-hand side. This is where Dino's Lounge was all located. And once again, this is how Dean Martin paid for the club, was through the production of 77 Sunset Strip. Now, if you take a look right there in front of that potted plant in the doorway, in front of the potted plant on the sidewalk is a black plaque honoring the production of 77 Sunset Strip. Once again, that private detective agency owned by Effelin Zimbalist Jr. Eddie Cookie Barnes would comb his hair and park Effelin Zimbalist Jr.'s car. Now we're moving down into a 2-block cluster of cafes, pricey shops, and salons. And those of you that saw American Graffiti will remember Mel's Drive-In. This will be coming up on your right-hand side. Drive-In, you never know who you might be sitting next to. Now take a look here on your right-hand side. This is Mel's Drive-In, right there. Right next door to Mel's Drive-In, you see Tracy Ross. Those of you that remember Diana Ross, that's her daughter. The Viper Room. Up on your left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see a black building with a marquee that says Happy Holidays on it. Right there will be the Viper Room. This is the one that Johnny Depp owns and his partner. And those of you again that remember River Phoenix, this is where he passed away from an overdose of drugs. The door on the right-hand side, as a matter of fact, that door is open right now, is where River Phoenix passed away from an overdose of drugs, right there, the Viper Room. Also coming up at the next corner on your right-hand side is the Whiskey A Go-Go. The red and black building on the corner opened its doors some 44 years ago this year. This is where Dick Clark got all the talent from for the Dick Clark Show. There were agents, managers, record companies beating a path to Dick Clark's door. Why? Because he had the pulse of marketing, advertising, sales, and promotion. He had a television show, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Once again, the Whiskey A Go-Go doors is still open for alternative rock, rhythm, and blues. Coming up, also on your left-hand side, you have Hustler, Larry Flair, synonymous with one another. I'm going to put this very delicately. That's where you buy a gift for your significant other. Coming up next on your right-hand side, you'll see a black building, ladies and gentlemen, entitled The Roxy. Those of you that would be in charge of a musical group here would be, this is where you would want to get your group promoted at, right here on your right-hand side. Once again, this is The Roxy. Now, What makes this place so very popular, ladies and gentlemen, is what's right next door. It's the Rainbow Bar and Grill. This is where yesterday's rock and roll stars and today's rock and roll stars still hang out. But take a look right in front of the white fence on the ground. You'll see the brass plaques of Marilyn Monroe and Elvis Presley right there on your right-hand side on the ground. Once again, the Rainbow Bar and Grill. In the next block, on your right-hand side, there you will see the Key Club. This is the largest rock and roll club on the Sunset Strip. Once again, the Key Club. Okay, we're gonna leave West Hollywood and move into BH. What's BH, ladies? That's right, Beverly Hills, 1850, you could have purchased 4,500 acres of land for $1,300. Today, a home in Beverly Hills runs anywhere from $2.5 million up to $165 million, and that would be the Hilton Estate. Movies like Down and Out in Beverly Hills with Nick Nolte, Bette Midler, Richard Dreyfuss. Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 with Eddie Murphy. Pretty Woman with Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. It's a fraction of the movies on your left-hand side. On the corner, that is one of Marilyn Monroe's old homes right there.
882, Marilyn Monroe's home.
You never know who you might be sitting next to right there on your left. Get your cameras ready. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go slow, but get your cameras ready. The Beverly Hills Shield is coming up on your right-hand side. Once again, you see it many times at 90210 and many of the magazines that promote Beverly Hills. There it is on your right-hand side. Once again, we call it the Beverly Hills Shield. Now you just passed it, just went past it. Take out the name. Okay, the street we're on right now is Santa Monica Boulevard, ladies and gentlemen. And during the early 90s, Beverly Hills City Hall.
And then you could have a casting couch.
You guys can all produce more.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, Beverly Hills City Hall, right there. Drive. And ladies, I would like to welcome you to 6 blocks of happiness. Okay? That's right. 6 blocks of pure happiness. If you notice the chandeliers in the middle, see the chandeliers right there? Each one of them cost $1 million. On your left-hand side, Brooks Brothers. On your right-hand side, Bottega Veneta. Right there. Are we here, ladies? Huh? On your left-hand side, Ralph Lauren. On your right, we have Lacoste Lot. Over there on your left, there's Giorgio who? Did you say Our Money? Yeah, that's right. Over there on your left, there you have Bijan. That yellow building, you need an appointment to get in there. On your right-hand side, Stefano Rich. A shirt, $300. You just want to keep the box that comes in. Also coming up on your right-hand side will be Guess. Now this is not any old Guess. This is Guess of Beverly Hills. Absolutely. And then on the corner, on your left-hand side, we have channel. Oh, did I say something wrong? Oh, I'm sorry. That's what that woman that said rodeo. Over there on your right-hand side, on the corner, ladies and gentlemen, what's that? Who is that? De Beers. There's only one word for De Beers. Diamonds. On your left-hand side, Cartier. On your right-hand side, Salvatore Ferragamo. On your left-hand side, we got Valentino. On your right, we have Fendi. Right next door to Fendi, we have Gucci. Right next door to Gucci, the devil wears.
Sounds like
right
a nightmare to me.
I think Doris
Coming up
would
on your
enjoy
right-hand
this.
side with the gentleman in the doorway, Omega. Right next to Omega, we got Coach. The big building that you see directly in front of you is the Regent Beverly Wilshire Hotel, where Pretty Woman stayed at during the filming of Pretty Woman. On your left-hand side, we have Van Cleef and our pal. On your right, I love this. I love this store right here because I love to say it. Louis Vuitton. Huh? That's right. As Louis Vuitton. You have to know how to say that. Okay? The nude statue right in the middle. See the nude statue right in the middle with the chandeliers hanging over it? That statue is done by Robert Graham, Angelica Houston's husband.
Just saw the guy.
We'll be making a left-hand turn here, ladies and gentlemen, onto Dayton, and you'll see a cobblestone street. It'll be coming up on your right-hand side with Versace at the top. This will be 2 Rodeo Drive there on your left. 2 Rodeo Drive. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take 15 minutes here. That'll give you ladies a chance to get off and do some power shopping with Daddy's credit card.
No way. No way.
I don't know. I'm not married to him. Really? But don't worry. I got a daughter, so that's just like being married. That's worse than being married.
Jack, you hear that?
Best part is I have your credit card.
Don't worry, you have a daughter, that's just like being married. He said that's even worse than being married. You can't divorce that, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, no. Wait a minute. Oh, that space is available. Let's go around the block. $10, you can't beat that in Beverly Hills. Right there on your left-hand side. El Fornillo. Great place to eat if you like Italian food.